it could be anything. Yo, fuck this party, man. Fuck this party, man. We're just like...
I'll give you a stream link in a minute. Nearly done. Or it should be going up now. Don't even know if people still watch this channel. Don't blame them, it's been dead for like the past few months. Okay, stream is up. Give me a minute and I'll give you a link. This should be it. Yeah, it looks like it's that one. Alright, so let's discuss. You might want to mute the audio as well. You're going to hear my voice repeat and you're going to hear your voice repeat. It's all going to be one clutter. Oh, hold up. Josh. Oh, fuck, shit, wrong microphone. There we go. Sorry about that, Josh. Brother was just on his way out of the house, so I was just showing him out.
Alright.
This fucking lo-fi radio keeps stopping. Okay, Josh, so where do we start? What do you want to see first?
Well, whatever you want to do, really.
Okay.
Whatever's easiest, do you think?
I could go back to the water column, but there's really not much that I could do with that. All it needs is a few fixes and then a texture applied to it. It's basically ready to go. So, the only two that I recall us discussing were the fish tank, with all like the coral bits and such, or the submersive.
That's probably going to be quite tricky, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do both of them tonight. I would have to do one or the other.
Do the fish tank stuff, probably.
You want to do the fish tank? Okay.
Simple.
Do you want me to model the fish tank as well, or do you have that covered? I don't mind.
I'm not sure. Hold on, I've got one in game. I can screenshot it.
Yeah, if you screenshot it, I can use that as a reference image.
You can see if you can make
Oh shit, fuck. Hello, Fresh. I didn't realise people still watch this channel. I'm going to be modelling a fish tank.
Alright, let's see if that's a screenshot.
I've still got the Payday 2 image you sent me. I'll use that as a reference as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the editor's going to freeze. Hold on. He likes to do that.
Take your time. There is no rush.
I'll drag it into Discord, it should be.
Yeah, sure. Just getting different references up.
Add comment. Tank.
What do you use? Is it like Geyser, or do you just take...
I just screenshot through Windows and...
Ah, okay, so this is the thing that you put together.
Yeah, that's the current tank. It's like repurposed from a different prop, but...
Oh, I see, right. Did you want me to design something similar to that?
You can, if you can make it look better. That was just the base thing I was using for now, but...
Make it look better. Did you have any sort of thing in mind for it?
Not really.
I will say there's like one thing that I don't like about it, and it's that little bit at the top of it. Like sort of the white square. Clearly it was supposed to attach to some sort of ceiling, but it just kind of looks like it's floating there. What I could probably do is I can remake basically the same thing, because it looks fine as it is. It sort of has that sort of simplistic, sort of modernized look to it. It just needs to get rid of that block.
Yeah.
I could just make the exact same thing and just have it without the thing at the top. No problem.
Alright. That's cool.
Who knows, maybe down the line you might say, oh actually, could you add so and like this and that to it on top of that?
Yeah, it's always easier to just add stuff to existing things rather than like cut stuff up.
Well, in that case, this is going to be... Well, so far the tank is going to be very easy to make. I'm not sure if like the glass is going to be like a separate sort of thing, or it's... I assume it's all one model?
No, it's separate. The bottom bit and the top bit are the same. Then you've got the metal bit in the middle is separate, and the glass is separate as well. Just a square, basically. But that can just be... You don't need to make that, I don't think. I can just use that currently.
Is this going to be bulletproof glass, is it?
Yeah. All glass is bulletproof in killing floor.
Maximum security fish tank.
Told breakable, yeah. I'm not putting water physics in.
Well, I mean, we don't have to particularly do water physics, but you can animate it in a way that sort of like, if the tank were to be broken, it would leak. Or maybe...
If you shoot bullet holes, yeah.
If you shoot bullet holes, you could do like, like a leaky particle effect.
If that's worth it, to be honest. I don't think anyone's going to notice. It's a very fiddly to get running, I would imagine.
People like those little details, but right, we'll work on the fish tank as it is, and we can discuss that later. We can discuss the fancy stuff down the line. So, from what I could see, it's literally just like rectangular, sort of square like that. Now I'm contemplating whether or not to make it one whole object. No, you know what, we'll just do it this way, because it helps when it comes to texturing it. Might even save some polys as well doing this.
I was going to ask, how does it know which faces are separate textures? Do you have to like set it yourself, I would imagine?
You'd have to do that yourself. It's I mean, you can do color mapping, and what that does is it assigns material IDs to corresponding to the colors. So like if I made like this block here red and I made the other one blue, they are now their own sort of separate IDs. It sort of works like that basically, and it helps sort of interpret what sort of material it is as well. So for example, if you wanted one metallic but you wanted one sort of like a plasticky sort of look, you can do that.
Yeah, that's perfect. It's just how they work in the editor. They all have different ID slots, so you just throw different materials on basically.
Yeah, okay, so we'll just do it that way.
That's cool. Yeah.
Take a look at this. I'm not sure if the whole thing is sort of like all extruded out like that, or maybe the flat, or maybe the part of the back is flat. I can't actually tell. Hang on, I'm gonna open this in Paint because I'm lazy. Alright. Josh, it's really hard to sort of see, but I'll probably use a red one for this. The part of the back, you know, the back face, is that flat, or does it sort of have that sort of little gap between the two boxes, if that makes sense?
I think it's... Yeah, it's like flush to the back metal part, basically.
Alright, okay.
Yeah, and it's just a flat plane.
Just a flat plane.
Yeah.
So suppose this is the back face, would it look like that, in a sense, where it's all flattened out at the back and the rest of it is all sort of got that spacing around the edges?
Yeah, it's basically the same all the way around. I just added in the back part
Okay.
Because originally it was just a square.
Yeah, sure.
Square, basically.
No problem. Great, I've highlighted it now and I have no way to unhighlight it. That's better. Okay, without the way, I'll just extrude this up.
Hold on one sec, let me just check something.
Yeah, sure, take your time.
Because there might be a different version of this prop I haven't found yet. Hold on.
Don't worry, if we need to make changes, I can. Uh, 3D modeling is much harder with a mic in front of your face.
Yeah. Oh wait, there is. Okay, never mind. There's a version of this model without the top part. Okay.
Well, that just makes me sad. Can you send it?
The model itself?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can. I think you can export from here.
What model is it? Like, what's the file type? If it's an OBJ, then perfect.
I think you can do it as FBX or OBJ. Hold on.
Surprise me, they both work. Because I can use that as a reference. Well, size reference as well when I'm making the coral stuff, and then I can export that separately.
Let me see. How do I export?
You'd have to talk me through how the texturing system works in Unreal Engine as well, so I can... Well, so I can give you what you need, maybe the textures as well, and you can put that all together in the engine.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I'll have to read up on that. It's fairly simple, I think, though. What? I'm trying to export it, it's all greyed out, I don't know why. Hold on.
It's all greyed out.
Yeah. Let's check.
No rush. I'm a patient man.
Export FBX. Okay, here we go. Right, let's see if this works.
Oh, okay. And if you can send that to me, I can open it and I can model within it. It looks like it was purposed to be a fish tank. Unless you added that sort of material inside on your own.
Yeah, I changed it to the wood. Originally it was metal. Okay, let's see if that worked. 24 kilobyte, is that a sensible size for a model? It's pretty small.
I can imagine something like this not having a lot of polys because it's such a blocky object, so that sounds sensible.
Alright, this is the bottom part of the tank, it's in separate bits. I'll drag this into disk.
Oh, okay, so I have to piece it all together one by one.
Yeah.
Well, if you want, I can piece it all together for you and make it one whole model.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't make much difference. I guess it would save on draw calls, because only calling one instead of...
Why is it opening a motion builder? That's not right. Stop! Ah! Fuck. Stop it. There we go.
See if that works.
It's done something. There is a model currently in a scene. It's all the way over there. What the fuck? Get over here.
This orange point all messed up, wasn't it?
How far away are you?
At least it works. That's super easy to export stuff then.
That is massive.
Yeah, that's huge.
That is a massive thing.
That's its default size as well, so I don't know why it's so big.
I think I can think of one reason why. I need to go into my settings.
It's huge.
Well, it's in centimeters, so that might be one reason. Let's change it to meters. Inch maybe? No, meters.
This is cool actually, because this means we can export existing models and you can just cut them down and stuff.
Yep.
It's kind of good.
It's all rotated as well. It's got weird proportions. Oh, you must have rotated that.
Yeah, it's been rotated 45 degrees. The rest is all tripwire.
Fair enough. Okay, let's take a look. It's... Can I quadulate this? I can. Sweet. Kinda. I can kinda quadulate it. It's obviously not like a few things, i.e. this. That's weird. I don't know why they did that. Oh. Okay, it's not that it did anything wrong, it's just quadrulated weirdly. I'm starting to think some faces as well aren't actually...
Seems a bit messy,
what the
lines
hell?
there.
This is weird.
It's been split down the middle, yeah.
Aha! Someone at Tripwire doesn't know how to merge vertices.
It's done very quickly, possibly.
Possibly.
I mean, it's a simple model, they probably didn't put much time into it. Alright, if that works, then I can export the rest of it if you want, the metal bit.
Yeah, go ahead. What's this top bit? Should I get rid of that?
That's covered up anyway, but you can do, yeah, if you want to.
Sure.
Frame, I'll call it.
Oh, this is messy. I feel like just modelling over this and just...
You're not supposed to open it in a 3D modelling program and look at it, I don't think. I don't expect people to
But
do
it was
that.
made in a 3D modelling program.
Yeah. Alright, the next part's in Discord.
Oh, I think I know exactly what the problem is as well, is that it's also saving the position that it was in your scene.
Very probably.
Because
yeah.
I've got all these... I've got all these
How would it know
positions
that?
as well. How would it know? Well, because it saves that information, it's an FBX. It's exporting it as you've put it in the scene.
Ah.
Alright, so this is what you used.
Yep.
And you said this is the one without the top part?
Yeah, these are in separate bits.
I see, because, yeah, there is no top bit to this.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Why don't I just remodel this?
Yeah, you can do. I said if you can make it look better, go for it. I was just using it as a temporary thing.
I wouldn't really... I can't really say I could make it better. But... I'll tell you what, I'll just, I'll combine the whole lot. Mesh, combine... And I'll just use this as reference. Or refres, if I can spell it right. Alright, sweet. So I'm just gonna... I'm gonna model over this because it'll be a lot easier for me. Okay, this isn't working. That's about right. I just don't understand, like, what's with all these extra bits that they've done with the model? There seems to be absolutely no point.
I mean, it's only like a square with another square on top.
But it's modeled in a way to make it work, I guess. Alright, whatever.
Yeah, must have their reasons. Surely know what they're doing.
Well, you gotta remember, this is tripwire deadline, so they must have just... They probably just didn't care. They had a deadline to meet. Now, is that right? Yeah, probably. It's hard to tell when it's all... well, triangulated. it makes things harder to snap to. Because it looks a lot more cluttered. When you're working with quad models, it's a lot easier because there's a lot less going on with the scene. I think I got it. Man, think is the right word to use. Do you have the texture file for these as well?
Yeah, hold on. I don't know what format I'll export it out, let me see. Because they're all bundled up in material, so I'm not sure. Material.
Wait, no, shit, let's undo that. Okay, so that's that one done. I'm still not sure why they modded it as they did. Like, did they... Was it better the way they did it? I don't know.
I got the wood texture.
My wave perspective isn't working.
How do I export?
There we go.
Oops.
Haha, fixed it. It's got to be a model like this now. You got small bits here that... What the fuck? That annoys me slightly.
Oh, it's not completely...
Oh no,
snapped.
you got small bits that are just extruded for no reason. Did it just look cooler or something? I think that's about right. Yep. I wasn't sure if you still wanted the inner part of the tank hollow so you could add the... like the... you know, the contents in. You want that hollow?
Glass, yeah. Yeah. Probably a good idea.
Oh, not the glass, I meant sort of like where you put like the sand and stuff in the tank.
Yeah, yeah, keep all that empty.
Sure.
Unless, again, you want to model all the coral and everything.
Well, I'm gonna...
Actually, no, we should keep those separate, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be using this as reference. So... I'm gonna use this as reference and I'm gonna export it all individually.
Can't seem to export the texture. It saves it to desktop, but then nothing's there.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Shouldn't
it
be
works
doing
for
that.
models, but not textures. TGA, save as, then nothing happens.
This already looks cleaner, I just don't know what I did different. The top part of the fish tank, do you want that as a block? Because I noticed in this version of the model it's hollowed out.
Yeah, it's probably, because I can put a light on that or something. Although what the top of fish tanks are usually, you can open them, can't you?
Yeah.
But they're usually closed. I just closed it off, no one's gonna, you can't get up that high anyway. You'd only be able to see it through the glass at the bottom.
Well, you could put lights on it still if I were to make it blocky. Would you like me to model in some lights?
No, I can just use current lights. There's plenty of them.
Sure. So far, that's good. All it's missing now is the supports. Won't take long.
No, can't export textures it seems. At least I don't know why it's not working.
Strange.
Yeah. You can fiddle around with them in the engine, but...
Yeah, I'll just...
Oh well, at least you can do models, that's better.
Yeah, hang on.
Oh yeah, the stream is frozen.
I'm wondering if it has something to do with the soft preview of it. So I'm gonna just quickly... No. Not sure how to get that rounded look. That is really peculiar, that's interesting. Not to worry. But I will say it's confusing the hell out of me.
Oh, and there's a crash, lovely.
Oh dear, you crashed.
Yeah. It likes to do that randomly. Slide it back up.
Sweet. Everything is in line now, so... Okay, so I've put together the quote-unquote tank. Now I can use this as a reference. So let's begin with the coral, shall we? Let's grab some examples of what we were talking about before. So I've got the current one, which is that one. So just want little bits and pieces to basically just put about in random places.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's overkill's version, yeah.
Okay. Trying to pick out some good ones. Now, they're all very basic shapes. A lot of it is in the texture. Except for maybe that one. That's a bit crazy. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to try and replicate what you did with the bottom of the tank. Probably doesn't really help much, but...
Alright, the sandy stuff,
yeah.
That's just, it's basically a block with a texture thrown on it.
Yeah, it's got some bumpy surfaces to it.
That's the texture, yeah. It's the normal map.
That's a texture. Whoa, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's just basically a square like that, or rectangle with a texture on it. And I can reuse that texture as part of the official thing.
Oh,
anyway.
okay. Sure. Okay, I'm getting some good examples now. Typed in aquarium coral, and I'm getting just as I asked.
Oh yeah, that's good. Stuff like that, yeah.
And it looks like it kind of like piles up to the back, doesn't it?
Yeah. A lot of it's just the colour contrast between them that makes it look nice, I think.
Well, that'd be down to you.
And purples, yeah.
Just trying to find some good ones.
I mean, look, there's only like 4 different shapes, really.
Yeah.
And they're just all different colours.
Oh, hello. I'm getting some individual stuff now. Alright, so this is some of that rocky stuff, isn't it? I could put some of that together. This is more like a base of things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then all of the coral stuff will go on top of this. Sure. Alright. Alright. So let's begin, shall we? Half of my view models are playing up. This one's behaving, that's good. Maybe it's a bit much, actually.
Check this out.
Alright, new plan. I'll break it down into its simpler shape first and then work off of that. So I need only one. And this is more like a wider end. Sort of that sort of shape, it looks like. How did they do it? Did they just... Yeah, it's just literally random shapes textured. Still gives the illusion.
Yeah, I mean, they're not using any of those fancy like face modeling programs to give you all that detail. No. It's just basic shapes, yeah. The middle part, I don't know how they did that. They stretched it about a bit, I guess.
Yeah, probably. I like this sort of thing where it's all sort of towered up, so I'll do that. I'll make the base of the tower and then I'll just model over it.
Okay.
It's going to be very basic because you're not going to see a whole lot of it.
That's fine.
So I'll look, give it a wider sort of shape to it. Kind of gets thinner as it goes. Edge loop. Let's put two more in. And all the stuff usually goes as high as it possibly can to that sort of shape. I want to bring this part out a bit as well because if people are going to see it from different angles, you know. I mean, this angle doesn't really matter all too much, but it still counts.
From the back, yeah, they won't be able to really because it's up against the wall.
Yeah, but still, you want to...
The side they will.
Just gonna duplicate it, be a bit lazy. This looks about the same, but it's all turned over. Wrong direction. Fantastic. That's the basic shapes that I got down for the base area so far, which we're going to cover up. It'll use a basic sort of texture to it, just to make it look nicer. I'll soften the edges. Okay, maybe not too nice, but I'm going to harden the bottom edges. It'll look nicer that way. Or it look nicer, not the nicest. It's a little better. Just when it's trying to show a face that you know, just doesn't exist, causes problems. Okay, so where to begin? That looks interesting. Got the basic idea down now. Wait, I chose cylinder, of course. I just need to remember what side is the front of the tank. Oh, hello, Eagle. Or I think they're still there. One viewer, I think they just said hi and left, because I didn't respond. I want to try and be a bit careful with the poly count because it does look like there's a lot going on. Whoops. Insert. That's better. Oh, I've got one shape already. And what I can do now, I can do the cheeky thing and duplicate that time and time again.
Yep.
Although that looks a bit detached, so I'm gonna play a game of Risk and just add another face onto it. Rotate it a bit more. Maybe even tilt it a bit.
I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, take your time. It's like a face.
So when did you know that she was the one for you? October 21st, 1975. Jesus Christ, you know the fucking day? Oh, yeah. Day of the game. We're sitting in a bar waiting for the game to start. And in walks this girl.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back. I think you'll like what you're seeing so far. Oh, you will like what you see so far. I'm not telling you you will like it. I'm just getting the basics down. I think I like how this is looking so far. Pretty decent poly count as well.
Okay, yeah, looks quite good.
It's a good start off. I was starting with the ring shapes because I was looking at them and thinking, oh, no, I can do that. I'm gonna add one more base actually for the middle just to fill it out a bit more because I see all this empty space that isn't being used up. And it's pissing me off! So you got any more sort of sneak peeks of your map that you can show me?
Area. Okay. As soon as you say that, the thing crashes.
Oh dear, it's frightened. Stage fright.
Right, let's load it again. Twice in the span of an hour, it's very unusual. Doesn't even do anything, it's just moving around. And now we find I haven't saved for 30 minutes. Where am I? Oh good, I did save it. Alright. Show you the lecture hall. It's quite good.
Are the fish going to be alive in this?
I don't really have any animated effects. No.
You could have them dead. It would be appropriate.
I'd like them to move, but...
Why don't you just have them like dead, just sort of like lightly bobbing near the top? Because you know, people like that shit. They would be fighting Zeds, they would see the fish tank, see the dead fish, and be like, no! Now I have to kill everything. Now I killed the fish. The fish didn't want any of this, they just wanted to swim.
Okay, let's just drag this in. Drag and drop.
Take your time.
This is the lecture hall.
The lecture hall. Okay. It kind of looks like, oh, what is it? Looks like an extended version of the one in Biotic Slab.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it uses some of the same by enabling a contrast right.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
trick, yeah, because I'm sort of bound by their meshes, so a lot of it's going to look a bit similar, but that's where you got to change materials and stuff like that.
Of course, yeah.
But it makes sense. It's part of Horzing's labs, so you'd think it would look fairly similar, I guess.
I find it really weird. It's like Overkill have put seaweed in theirs, but I have yet to see one with seaweed.
Yeah, I mean, Overkill's looks, not to belittle their stuff, but it looks super basic.
I mean, I think mine will look basic, but the thing is, all the complex shapes of aquarium tanks, you know, you kind of have to.
Yeah. I mean, looking at Overkills, they've got like 1, 2, 3, 4 unique models in there, I think. And they're just retextured. And then they've got the weeds, obviously, which are just 2 different types. And then the pink thing. There's probably like 5 or 6 different things in that tank. That's about it.
Well, I mean, I'm probably gonna do the same thing, but the difference is they're a company, and I'm just one person.
Well, also Unreal looks better than Diesel, so just by the nature of that, it will look better, I think.
We'll see. Let's not get ahead of ourselves yet. God, there was one shape that I saw, but now I've completely lost it. Shit. It's gone. Right, it's just the image that I used, but I don't think it was in it. Oh, I see one thing I can make. There's little tubes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll try that. Okay, so I want... What shape is... Oh, perfect. Just keep it that size for now.
It's quite an interesting task, I guess, like modelling all the different shapes.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I think I would have an easier time doing the submersive because it's such a fixated sort of shape to it. Here it's just very cluttered.
It's good practice, I guess.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, good practice.
I wonder how, like at companies like Overkill, someone gets delegated the task of make a fish tank. I wonder what their process is.
Well, if they were me, I'd groan.
I wonder what references and stuff they use. I wonder if it is just Google, like you do.
Well, it's either Google, but, you know, with a company like theirs, they would have like a texture library that they could nab from.
Yeah, I guess so. Although saying that, people have found some of the textures they've used have been stolen from Google Images, so...
What, Overkill?
Yeah. The wallpaper in Rats was like one of the first images on Google if you typed in flower wallpaper.
Oh dear.
So, if it's royalty free though, I guess they can use it, but this goes to show.
I don't know if it was royalty free, was it?
I don't know. They didn't get caught. It's been years now.
I've got a friend that would kill me if I don't use soften edge, so need to be careful with that, or he'll get angry. Usually the quicker way to do this would be to mess around with Python, but the truth is I'm not too experienced with Python, so I think I'll just do it a different way. And just piece together little segments like this, and then just combine them later on.
Yeah, it's probably the best way.
This is already looking good, and all I've done is basically duplicated the same shape and rotated it slightly.
Hmm. 3D modeling in a nutshell. Rotate stuff.
Yeah, it works. Hello, Shattered Regrets. Tell you what, a couple more duplicates won't hurt. Just some like smaller sizes for variation. Of course, if you have any problems, like, you know, just let me know and I'll change something. So far, I believe you would not be disappointed.
Yeah, looks good so far. Just textures are going to be the...
Ah, we'll find some on Google
Final
Images.
thing.
Let's just do an overkill.
I mean, I don't know where else we would get them.
Oh, you
Coral
can
textures.
pay for a texture library, but I don't think you'd want to do that.
No.
I'm fine. Thank you for asking, Shattered Regret. Now, a lot of this looks neatly unorganized. I could probably clean it up. And I will do that. But it's not going to matter anyway, because we're probably just going to put, like, a texture on it. Like, as a whole thing. Like, no specifics or anything. Just slap on a coral texture and just let it, you know, do the rest of the work.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it looks alright, doesn't really matter, does it?
That is such a small detail. I don't think anyone's going to squint and go, hey, unless they've seen this stream and they just want to be spiteful. They probably will. Yeah, good enough. So yeah, that's that textured, and now what I do is combine all of it and call it a day. Mesh, combine, nope. I don't see what could go wrong out of this because it all uses one texture, so...
Yeah.
And it's all separately UV'd now, so... give it a name.
Tube thing. I wonder what they must have a proper name.
Call it tube, yeah. Coral piece
Scientific
tube.
name.
What should I call this? I'll call it plate, because that's what it looks like to me. It looks like a big plate. I'm gonna have to go and call all of these ones plate as well. So let's take our coral piece and let's start placing it somewhere, shall we? That looks pretty good. Let me just grab the reference again. It even looks slightly big and closer to the ground. Lift it up. That's good. Let's make a couple more.
Most people nowadays say, I have no time. Of course you don't. Because you are not aware of the present. You know, the present is represented on your watch by a hairline. That is as thin as possible.
I could see another that I could make. It's sort of like a similar thing, except it branches out from the original one, instead of it all being like its own separate thing.
There's that big spiky yellow one in the top corner.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about, where it sort of branches out from the original one, kind of like a tree. And the same, and like, there's one similar on the other tower, but it's sort of red. Maybe that's just it. I could just reuse the same one, rotate it a bit, and just give it different texture.
Yeah.
Still work.
I mean, yeah, a lot of these, look, the plates, so there's a green plate and a blue plate, they're the same shape. And a red plate on the left one.
Yeah.
Now, the present
Yeah.
is the only real time.
Yeah, again, it just comes down to the textures. If we can get a good base texture, we can just recolor it.
There is no past. And there isn't a future. And there never will be.
Actually, can I make it look like it's branching out from that? So far, I'm liking the looks of this. Like, it's looking like it's coming together.
Yeah. That's when you look at it, like the photo of a fish tank, it looks a bit overwhelming, but if you take it shape by shape.
Alright, let's make a new shape. So far, the variation is already visible. It's fantastic. Like, all of this is ready to be textured. Like, you can clearly see all the UVs are done. Except for, like, the tower, like, things. You know what? I'll do those now. Won't take me that long. I think I'll just do a lazy job of it. Because that is exactly how I'm feeling right now. Like, whilst a lot of areas might seem just slightly stretched, it's better for everything to be attached for the texture, so, you know, it at least looks connected. You might need to do some editing in Photoshop for these specific things. The reason I say this is because you will eventually see a point where the texture is detached. I can gladly do it for you. It won't take that long, it's just a case of, like, there's a little stamp tool in Photoshop that you can basically take one side of the texture and then assign it sort of seamlessly onto the other, where you can make the texture look seamless.
Yeah, I'll leave all of that stuff to you. I have no idea how all that stuff works.
No worries, man.
Illiterate.
Just as long as I get my name on those credits.
Of course, yeah.
I need it for my resume.
Your resume.
My resume. My assume. Apparently, I'm supposed to receive a message or an email from Starbreeze, but I might have to decline it, because I just don't... They want a resume, like that. They want a portfolio, and I don't have one. I can put one together, but everything that I've produced, I'm not happy with. I'd rather just do everything from the beginning, so I'll probably... When I eventually get that email, I'm just going to say, I'll come back next year and apply for a job then. What am I doing? Oh, I'm making a fish tank. For my friend here, who's making a Killing Floor 2 map.
Yes. Yeah, it takes a good long while to build up a decent portfolio.
Yeah.
Wait, what? You got to do it all in your spare time, basically.
What part is this? Is this... Where? Oh, is this... You're not supposed to be there. Neither are you. I was wondering what those faces were. Actually, that turned out alright. See the same as this one? Does it have any bottom faces? It does. Cheeky. Don't need those.
I see what you mean. Where the checkers overlap the seams, I guess it would stretch.
Yeah. Well, what I mean is, if you were to just put a texture on it, you know, it would not look connected, because ultimately you can't connect every face. There eventually has to come to an end where it folds, and where those edges would supposedly fold, that's where you need to make the texture seamless.
Yeah.
I mean, you see it all the time. Like, if you were to play like Train Heist and Overkill, and you see like, and you just follow the hillside long enough, you'll eventually see the point where the texture loops, and it's so detached from everything else. It's sort of like those examples.
Yeah.
You want to try and avoid them. I don't even think I finished that last one. I'll get back to it in a second. Shit. That's better. Yeah, I didn't do this properly. I got annoying fucking foxes outside.
Oh, screeching.
Yep.
They're like demons.
They really are. But foxes are cute! Ugh, shut up. Yeah, that's about right. I'm not sure if I responded, GK. I did. It's an aquarium I'm putting together. I'm not sure if he's just left and went, oh, aquarium boring. Oh, no, there he is. Hope the map is awesome. Say hello to your bud for me and keep up the good work. Thank you. Oh, you said keep up the work. I'll just assume you meant good work. He says hello, Josh.
Hello.
So what do I want to make here? I can already see one thing I could work on, but it's just another variation. So what, I'll work on those instead. I can see something I can make very easy. It's like sort of like a spherical, sort of semicircular sort of shape that could easily just be textured. So I'll just do that.
The one with the little holes in it.
Yeah.
It's like a sponge sort of, yeah. Probably is a sponge.
Base a sphere off of that. Get rid of a few vertices because we will not need all of those. Subdivisions, rather. I've still got UVs on. That's better. They look a bit bumpy as well. I might alter the shape of it as I go.
I mean, a lot of that we can do with the normal map, probably.
Yeah, I suppose. Figured I'd do it anyway, just to give it that uneasy look. It wasn't that hard. What would a map's theme be? Let me turn down the music and you can take over from here, Josh. Need to turn up Discord.
Am I quiet?
A little bit. That'll do. So yeah, what would a map's theme be?
Is that louder? I don't know.
That's better.
The theme is an underwater laboratory, I guess you could call it. But it's got elements of, like, I don't know, it's split into 4 separate sort of sections. You got the lecture hall, the like digging mining area, you got the cafeteria stuff, and you've got like reception and offices and stuff like that. So imagine that, but underwater and lots of scientific junk around. That's basically it.
So
if
it's
you play
like
Killing Floor 2, you'll
gone.
the theme of like Bartic's Lab, but
Yeah, it's like Biotic Slab with an
underwater.
aquatic twist to it.
Yeah.
Alright, I think that's good to UV unwrap, so let's quickly do that.
What am I doing? I forgot what I was doing there. Oh yeah. Yeah, the digging area is sort of like excavation, I guess. Underwater excavation. A lot of it's sort of implied because you can't go into that area, but there are cave areas and stuff, so. There's going to be a little submersible area, which Reese is going to do next, probably.
Yeah, I'll work on the submersive. We could... I mean, would you like to do it Monday again? Around this time, Monday?
Can do.
I'll try and finish this tonight, the modelling aspect, and then that way everything will be ready for texturing and we can sort of do that off stream.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out together, I think. I'm not quite sure how that
Sort of
works.
have the discussion, but right now this is almost done. Well, I wouldn't say almost done, but it's definitely getting there. What should I call this? Coral ball, why not? It looks like a ball.
Sponge, it's a sponge, I tell ya.
Alright, sponge, we'll call it sponge.
Let me just Google sea sponge, I think that's what they look like. Yeah, they're like circular. They look like sponges, yeah.
I'll call it a sponge, Jesus. Calm down.
Like, looks like SpongeBob. It's circular. It's square.
Yeah, SpongeBob was not circular, he was square. Now we'll obviously like add some stuff for the sake of perspective, but the main focus is obviously all going to be at the front.
Yeah. Like I said, you can't see from behind, but you can get side angles if you sort of wedge yourself in between.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would, but you'd get killed pretty quick.
I think someone was actually asking what this song was. I could have sworn someone did. Oh, it's called Flavors Alone. Alright, where was I? Oh yes, references. Is there a custom bosses or... No, I don't think we'd have a custom boss.
No, all that stuff's sort of closed off from modding, unfortunately.
Would you make one if possible?
I'd have to learn how to do it first.
Yeah.
No, it's basically just the layout and the models you can do, and textures and stuff like that. Can't really change much of the gameplay itself. I wish they would update the SD cache. It's so full of bugs and missing features.
What was it? It was like Unreal Engine something?
Unreal Engine 3, it's their version of it. Yeah.
Their version?
Yeah, they're sort of offshoot. They've changed some of the stuff.
Well, that is weird.
Super outdated now. We're on to Unreal 4, aren't we?
Yeah. And the thing is, they were already in development of it before Unreal Engine 4 came out, and then Unreal 4 engine came out, and they were just like, well, shit.
I mean, Kingdom Floor 2 still looks pretty good, so I guess you could call it 3.5. Or near enough.
That sounds cheesy, to be honest. Okay, let's work on a new shape. What can I see? Let's work on that one, the one that branches out, because that looks like a fun one to work on. It needs to be a bit rounder. I could have. Why am I not doing that? Why am I not starting off with a cylinder? It seems like the most appropriate way to do it. Don't need too many subdivisions for this. I'd say 8. 8 looks like a good number. Thinner. Okay, so smaller as well. So from what I could tell, it's obviously got to connect, and it looks like there's a lot more at the base, a bit thin in the middle, and then more at the top. So it's got like a thin midsection, and it's just like a mess of things at the beginning and end. Okay, I can work with that.
Yeah, it's like a mini tree, basically.
Oh, trees don't go. That'd be weird if like leaves. Trees were like leaves were at the bottom and top, and she's just got like this tree bark in the middle. It's like, where do you cut it from?
It's like, yeah, like leafless tree, basically, with loads of fat branches around.
Oh wow, I can already do something cool. Hang on. Once I can select all these faces. So we're going to extrude this out. Oh shit, I did it wrong. So we're going to extrude it out, but wait, I'm not done. Let's turn the faces off. And we are going to get annoyed at this. What the fuck? Can I part it out like that? Oh, that's weird. Ah, I mean, that looks pretty, but that's weird. Hang on, I think I know what's gone on. I think a face already exists under that. No, weird.
Extruded into an extrude or something.
It looks like I've done that, but I'm not entirely sure how. Let's just try it again real quick. That's bizarre. Can't say I've... Oh wait, no, hang on. There we go, okay. I've got it. That was weird, it was just misbehaving for a moment. Oh, hang on, I think he's asking another question. Which part of the map?
Oh, basically, all of it. All of it except these models that Reese is doing. So, a lot of work. Most of it is done at this point. I've been working on it quite a while.
Yeah, you've been like gone forever. But I've got to admire what you've done, because I can't do that.
This takes a lot of time and
Takes
dedication, I guess.
The thing is, you're way too dedicated.
Well, yeah, you get burnt out sometimes. Take quite long breaks, but as long as you finish it. This is the first mapping project I've done for Killing Floor 2. It's probably a bit too large for a first project, but I'm so far into it now, I might as well just do it. It's always the beginner's trap. You always make everything too large.
Might need to redo this segment because I'm not too happy with it. Hang on. Oh no, that's fine. Just have to space them out again, but overall that's fine.
Yep, a lot of patience and dedication. And you learn as you go, basically. Or I did.
It's just weird, we used to play Payday 2 so much and then you just go, you disappear. You're gonna buy Raid when it comes out?
I don't know, when is it coming out? Is it soon?
I can't say. I can tell you what they've publicly announced.
I'm sure it's sometime this year, right?
They said, yeah, obviously sometime this year, but I don't think they've announced a release date.
I mean, yeah, I'll probably get it. I don't know how much content we'll have when it comes out, but we'll see. Just more Payday, basically. By the looks of it. I have noticed the updates for Payday 2 have sort of stopped currently.
Yeah, they went on quote-unquote break.
It was only a couple of weeks though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We haven't had new achievements for like 3 months at this point, I think.
I'm in no rush for new achievements. The last thing I need is an excuse to go back. I'm bored of the game now, I'm done. There's nothing left to do.
Just check. Oh yeah, I've got 9 left. I haven't played it in months, yeah. That's when they announced that all future DLC would be free, and then just sort of nothing came out after that.
A lot of people said I was going to be wrong as well about what this means in terms of like Payday making content, and I knew very well what it meant. Like they're not gonna speed up production. They're going to slow down, if anything. There's a reason that they made it free, is because they've got other projects that they need to work on.
Yeah, it does seem to be the case.
And people are like, no, we're going to get so much DLC now and everyone's going to be happy. You're deluded. Do you think Overkill have ever made people, like, happy? If anything, they've made up for a lot of mistakes and they have made people happy.
Yeah, a lot of their good deeds seem to be them making up for bad things.
Exactly. It's a shame, because I mean, I love Payday as a game, but I should have just wished I told myself sooner that the people who made Payday the Heist what it was are not the same people that are making 2. But I still had fun with it. I had hopes that it would go further than it did, but no, it just put itself in a deeper and deeper hole, but I was the idiot who kept playing it.
I mean, it's still fun.
It's still fun, but it's not really the Payday game that I was hoping for.
I think it's just because it's gone on so long that it's kind of lost its way. They need to sort of start fresh with 3. Keep the stuff that worked well in 2 and 1, and just get rid of all the bloat at this point. It's just too much. Too many weapons all do the same thing.
Yeah.
Too much pay to win stuff.
Which I still don't think they will. Alright, this is proving to be quite a complicated shape, but I reckon this will look really good when it's done. Obviously some things are awkwardly rotated, but that's fine, I'll fix them as I get to them. Start off with this one. The issue is not the rotation, it's the fact that some of these vertices are a bit off. Let's move this forward. Move this in. Stretch that out. What is going on? And I said, hey, excuse me. Do you remember Vermintide?
Yeah, still play that.
You still play it?
Yeah. They've got like daily quests now, so I load it up nearly every day.
Oh. I was nice that they're trying something, but it still annoys me that they're not fixing what the obvious problem is.
Hmm.
They seem to just want to dance around the subject.
It does take them a long time to put maps out. That's the big problem.
At least they're making maps.
Yeah.
So from what I'm seeing, this is way too thick. That's better. That is much better. Okay. This needs to be moved up.
I think this room is done, finally.
Very nice.
Next room.
Vermintide is a fun game, don't get me wrong. I mean, there was a few things that annoyed me, mostly due to, like, their netcode, but I think they fixed a lot of that since. My biggest issue was the... I can't remember the name. The one that sort of hangs you, basically.
The pack rat, yeah.
That's it, yeah, he had so many issues in the past, I'm not sure if they still have them.
No, they fairly fixed a lot of that stuff. The collision detection, the lag, all that stuff's fairly good now. As long as your ping's decent, it's pretty good.
Oh, huh. That's right then.
You should get back into it, it's pretty fun.
I'll think about it.
Well, I'm so far leveled ahead of you now.
Oh, I'm devastated.
I only play Nightmare and above.
Is that right? I might want to start from the beginning though, because a certain friend, whose name I will not be listing, convinced me to join his session while he was cheating, and I ended up getting a whole bunch of achievements unfairly, so I probably want to reset all that.
Hmm. Yeah, there's quite a few cheaters.
Because you can use cheat engine, I believe, I think he used.
Yeah, well, basically, people have taken apart the engine and made their own sort of, they call it the mod framework, which essentially lets you do developer commands during a live game. So you can do whatever you want, basically.
Still, cheat engine made me laugh when I first heard it. I was like, cheat engine? I haven't heard that since Club Penguin.
It's the old school way, yeah. At least that works on every game, basically.
Yeah.
But no, there's mods out that sort of block other mods that allow you to cheat. So the modders sort of... There's like a mini war between modders. It's kind of strange.
I didn't realise there was a community to warrant a war.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's a very small community, but they're very passionate, I guess.
Ah, fair enough. Is it like me with just modding in general in Payday?
Sort of. It does. Yeah, there's like a HUD mod and stuff.
Ooh.
Quality of life stuff. Some of it's pretty useful.
I have absolutely nothing against quality of life. My issue is people don't know what quality of life means.
Yeah. Well, as far as HUD goes in this, it's basically health bars on enemies. That's about it, really. It's much more stripped back than Payday's.
Oh, I want to carry 20 bags. What? Why? Quality of life? That's not quality of life. That's just that's manipulating the system. The game was designed.
None of that stuff.
Yeah. Like the game was designed for you to carry one bag at a time. No, dude. Quality of life. Fuck off.
They just don't like to admit they cheat. You know?
I actually asked someone that. I was in a public session. Some dude was using Bagstack. I asked him, "Isn't that cheating?" And he kicked me without a word. I think he felt the heat.
I remember that when they did the rebalance, they were going to have that as the skill, weren't they? You'll be able to carry.
I think there was issue with decoding and how it worked.
Yeah,
I can understand why.
The different weights and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
would have been interesting though.
Maybe that's how I can get people to watch my stream. If I start talking about this, it's like, hey guys, Pyro's talking about Payday.
We cure basically two different types of dry cured hams. One is what we call the shortcut method, which is using the shortcut ham, the hot cut off, where we age them about 4 to 6 months. The
jetty. I think that's how you say it.
A lot of these parts are actually quite small. How does it look currently if I soften the edges? Oh man. That is looking pretty funky. In a good way, like a good kind of funky.
It's like a strange underwater cactus without spiky bits.
In theory.
You can make the tips separate bits, just like they're white and yellow.
In the UV shell, yeah. When I come to assigning their different faces, they'll sort of share their own shells, basically, instead of like all connected into one. Let me just show you an example. So this sort of like big pillar here, how the whole surface has its own sort of shell, but the top of it doesn't, because, well, if I were to assign this with that, it would become way too morphed, and it would just stretch too much for it to warrant that sort of adjustment, if that makes sense.
Sort of, yeah.
Alright, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a bit of soft selection, because I think that's what this is missing, is a bit of rotation. But not too much. Just enough. Let's add a couple more bits here and there. Ooh, man. This is a cashy one. The fuck? Someone's messaging me out of nowhere. Oh, please don't tell me he's calling me off. Alright, let's soften those edges. Awesome. What do you think of that? Do you reckon that's good?
Well, I've got to wait for the stream to catch up.
Yeah, no rush. What's this one called? Virtue Noir. Never.
That's pretty good.
Oh fuck it, type it out. Alright, so you say that's, you reckon that's done? Ready to be copied and pasted everywhere?
Yep.
Fantastic. But first, I need to do the UVs for it. So let's quickly do that. Oh, how many times have I heard this one? Okay, whoa! Alright, I've got some work to do. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select all of the faces with obviously the different branches. And then from there, I'm going to cut out those ones and then just work from there. It looks like some of them are already cut out, which is great, because that just saves me some time.
And what does this do? This separates different parts?
Yeah, this will separate the branches so I can make them their own UV shell.
Okay.
It'll just make things a little bit easier for me. I'm not sure whether I want to cut the top parts out and make them their own. We'll see. Snip. Right. Sweet. So that's one. This is a second one, I believe. Yep. Still missing a face, it looks like. This one is probably going to be the most complicated to UV unwrap, but once it's done, it's done. Someone's asking me to help him in a Guild Wars raid. He's going to have to wait. Work comes first. I say that, but I never fucking work.
Yeah, you have to get into the sort of routine.
That's the thing, is like once... The biggest issue for me today was actually responding to your message, Josh, when you said hello, and I was like, oh, I don't want to work on it. But now that I'm working on it, I can't stop working on it. I'm that sort of person where I can't be bothered starting it, but once I've started it, I can't be bothered stopping either.
Yeah, I'm the same.
It's that fight, it's that struggle.
Once you pop, you just can't stop.
Exactly. You see, you get it, you understand.
I think a lot of people are like that, especially creative stuff.
Yeah.
It can be hard to find the motivation sometimes, but once you do it, yeah.
What is that? Okay, it appears I've missed one, I think. Oh, hang on. No, I haven't missed one, it's just I've accidentally connected one. Oh, shit, I've connected one again. Right there, you need to be careful with these things, it's usually quite difficult. Yeah, this is going to cause a problem, so these are also going to have to be snipped up as well, but that's fine. That is absolutely fine. Where is it? Snip. Connect. Connect. Whoop. What's that? Let's try that again. Ah, okay. Don't worry about the size differences, I'll adjust those later. Let's just unfold that again, let's optimize it. Lovely. Ah, I just realised I'm missing one though. Shit, let's do that again. I knew there was something off about it. Something about it just looked so not connected.
Oh, I see. This is for the wrapping of the textures.
That's right, yeah. It's kind of like, you know, out of paper, if you wanted to make a cardboard box.
Yeah.
You sort of like made that cross shape. Each one of those faces determines the position of the texture. So, behind, like in front of it, you would place a texture, and where that texture meets with those faces will apply to that model.
Yeah, you wrap it around. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always wondered how this was done. I thought it was like automatic, but I guess it's not.
Yeah, he wants me to help, but it's not for another 2 hours, so that's good then. Might be able to even finish this tonight. Well, I could have been done a long time ago and just done something easy, but you know, you want your high def fish tank.
Hmm. Well, don't go too crazy. We don't want too many polygons and stuff.
No. We're at... Fuck. We're at a few. But we can take a few hundred of those down when I get rid of the reference, because I've still got the original tank in the scene still.
Yeah.
I don't really need it anymore, but... Alright, so that's one done. It looks like one big mess, I know, but it's gonna look nicer as I go. See, when you first start modeling, I looked at this when I was unwrapping a model, and I was like, what the fuck is this, and how does this all work? And I just love doing it now. There's something about it that is just so relaxing. Sounds crazy, but... What is that? Is this like one of the doubles? This is one of the doubles, okay. Any more? What's this? I can barely see what's going on here, but it looks like there's a missing face. There is.
Is it possible to make a model so complicated that you can't unwrap it on a UV? Because there's only so much space, isn't there? Or can you...
You can always resize it down. The region in which you're working is not limited to anything. Like, this could be a 1K texture, a 2K texture, it's about how you export it. So the dimension is whatever you make that dimension. So if you really need that extra sort of space for good textures, you can make it a 2K thing.
Yeah, just increases the size, I guess.
Yeah. All of it looks sloppy, but we'll unfold all of it later. How's that looking so far? There's a few things that still need some fixing, but it's getting there. It's all jumbled up. Let's turn it off. Hurts my eyes. And I should not be doing that. Okay, here's a couple. What are these faces? Ah, okay, so these are just things that need to be connected now. That's fine. I'll probably want to redo this one.
Yeah, is there not an automated process for this then? I always thought there was.
There is an automated process, but that is the lazy thing. What I compress is known as UV unwrapping. And what that does is... Well, it says it unwraps it. But all of the pieces are all jumbled out to work. I'll show you in a minute once I'm done with it. I'll size that down so I can actually see what I'm doing. Alright, where was I? What's this? Let's put that together. Oh, it's this one. Okay. Easy peasy. One more. Fantastic. Wait, what is this? Shit. What is this? It's that one. Okay. Connect. Right, so from here, everything is going to look oddly sized, but that's fine. We're going to use this as reference for what everything should be sized to, and work off of that. So there's that one. Size that down, or size it up even. That looks about right. So that one's good. I think I'll just base the size off of that one. That's also good. This one, size that one up. Good. Let's get that size down a bit. That's good. Say it's about right. Oh shit, I should optimize these as well actually. I hope this doesn't affect it too much. Okay, good. Alright, what's this one? Ah, okay, it's one of those. Cool, cool. Rotate it so I can see what I'm doing, resize it. Yeah, good enough. Is that right? Yeah, it's fine. What about whichever one this one is? I think I did this one earlier. I did not. Oh, this one might need some work. Or does it? It's not updating. Or am I looking at the wrong one? I'm looking at the wrong one. Good enough. That one is way too big. It's fine.
Alright.
Okay, that tastes about good. Oh shit. Whoops.
Let's see if this crashes. Here we go. Did it crash? No, good.
So yeah, if you take a look, Josh, it's unwrapped now. It all looks like a clutter, but that's fine. Sometimes it looks like this.
Okay.
This one is not automatically unwrapped. It was automatically unwrapped at first, but it's not officially automatically unwrapped. Do you want to see what it looks like automatically unwrapped? I can undo it, it's fine. And you will understand why. And you can also see the comparison as well. So, automatic wrap, 3, 2, 1. Everything is all kind of scrambled.
You wait for the catch up. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it doesn't specifically do a perfect job. All it's All it really does is make it work so that the texture is not stretched across any face, and in order to do it, it obviously has to make some sacrifices, but game developers are not that strict.
Yeah, they probably just auto it, unless it's like a really big, detailed model. I guess they don't really care that much.
Yeah. So I'm now going to assign this onto our tank. This aquarium is looking pretty awesome.
What other shapes are there, do you think?
What other shapes?
The main ones. Yeah, after these ones.
I don't know. I could probably only think of one more to finish off the scene, but otherwise I can't think of much else to add to it.
Yeah.
There's
But I was gonna say I can put the weeds and stuff in already because there's already models for that. I can just throw those on.
Yeah. Otherwise I can't really see myself doing variations of the ones that I've already done and just assign them in.
Yeah, that sort of... I don't know how to describe that shape, but the bottom right corner, that shape.
I'll take a look in a minute.
The purple thing.
Just realised something as well. If this was in the position that it's in, it would conflict with the glass, which we don't want.
Actually, that's a good point. Yeah, maybe we should save these as separate because then I can rotate them in game.
That's sure cool, man.
Yeah, that's probably better actually.
Did you want me to do that?
Yeah,
sure.
Making it modular is probably a bit safer in case it does conflict some way, and then we got to re-export the whole thing.
This is true, yeah, but it wouldn't matter too much to me because I'd have the scene saved.
True. But then I can also use these elsewhere, I guess, if they're separate bits.
This is true.
Tank.
Well, I'll just have them here in the scene anyway, and I'll group them up and then I'll make them toggleable.
Yeah, yeah, do it as both, I guess.
Just trying to see what else there is.
I'm sorry. It was great seeing you, son.
God, what'd you think of that? It's a beautiful looking thing. I'm pretty happy with myself.
That's pretty good, yeah. Little baubles.
I think maybe like one or two more things I could probably model to finish off the variation, and it's finished. How does this all look with the UVs? Let's take a look. Exclude that. Yeah, everything looks proper. As proper can get. You said in the bottom right. Oh, it's sort of like a flowery sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Jeez, I don't know if I can... Like, it would take a lot of polys, but...
Yeah. It's a weird one.
I reckon I can try something, though. I can probably model out a rough shape of it. Yeah, why not? Let's try that, shall we? So, let's start off with a cylindrical shape. Let's just stable these as well. I'll worry about it later. I finished Resident Evil 7 recently.
Yeah, any good?
Really good. I had a lot of fun with it.
I'm just gonna pick it up when it's cheaper.
Oh, you definitely should. Now that I think about it, I think this is going to need a couple more polys. Let's try 16. It sounds really excessive, I know, but... I think how I should probably do this is that I should model one side, or one corner, and then just duplicate it around. Just get rid of all these extra faces as well. Screw it, I'll worry about this part later. I'll just delete those faces for now. Screw it. I'm gonna try again. This is quite an interesting shape. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I figured as much. Damn it.
Easter eggs on the map? Maybe. I've got a couple in mind, just sort of linking them up, figuring out the scripting. It uses Unreal Kismet, so it's fairly simple. But when it's all done, maybe I'll do something like that.
Let's try that.
I've noticed a lot of custom kinfloor maps don't really have a lot of scripting in them, so they're fairly static.
I'm onto something, Josh. Now if I were to soften the edges...
Ooh. Yeah.
Give it a minute. I mean, you gotta remember, it's gonna be very small, and... Oh, wow. That's almost what we're looking for. Almost.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be like anatomically correct, as long as it's like a different shape. But it's kind of cool, isn't it? It's sort of like the disc, but wavy. A flower.
Oh man, I pushed in the wrong sides. It's supposed to be the inner ones that go in. Or the upper ones that go in.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Thank you.
That's very loud.
There's only so much I can do about that. I'd say that's pretty good. But my issue is it's probably looking too spiky. I'm gonna try something. Aha! Holy shit. That's not a bad idea, actually. If I took advantage of the tries... Right, now what I'm going to do from there is I'm going to get rid of all the other sides. Whoops, kept one in. I got rid of the wrong sides, fuck.
Started thinking, man. Either they don't know, don't show, or don't care about what's going on in the hood.
From here, I'm going to duplicate it several times over. Huh? Weird. I think I got it.
So this stream keeps freezing if you refresh him.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay, yeah, like a flowery looking thing. There we go, yeah, with the bumps in it. That's better. Yeah. If we get... Let's try and get a closer look at that object there. Need to know what that piece of coral is called, and then we could find it on its own.
Yeah.
Okay, cool for a second. Maybe pull down the centre in the middle.
That's what I'm doing.
Had to sit on about living.
Yeah,
yeah.
that looks much better actually.
Because I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah. This stream delay. It's like 10 seconds.
I think that's my fault.
No, it's just YouTube. It's always like that. I think Twitch is the same as well. It's about 10 seconds. Oh, did it split all the
Well, what I did was I basically cut it in half again to the corner that I made changes to, and then I just put it all back together afterwards after duplicating it. Don't piss off Tim. Tim does a good job moderating. I reckon that's good. I reckon that's ready to be put in, so I'll just call that Coral Flower. I was supposed to name the other stuff as well, actually. Well, whoops, like, what should I call this? Coral Branch. Why not? Right, that scared me, so I'm gonna save now. Where did I put this? Other projects? Yeah.
There's timed autosaves to save your life.
Yeah, well, I don't have that.
You should do. It should be built in.
The thing froze for like a second and I was like, don't you fucking dare. Oh yeah, I should unwrap it as well. Oh man. Okay, this is gonna be a bit annoying, but... Now I'm starting to wish I did this at an earlier stage. Oh well. Alright, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to cut out these faces. Snip. Cut out these faces. Snip. These faces go too.
They're relatively the same shape, these ones, aren't they? So they should...
Relatively, but the thing is I've sort of squashed it in to give it more of that flowery look. It's fine. I'll figure something out. Right. Judging from the length of this, I might have to cut it down in size. Probably a little bit better. Right, so now I can connect all of these without worry. It's gonna look horrible at first, but I'll get to it. That worked out so well. Very good. Need to unfold these as well.
Oh yeah. It's very uniform.
Oh man, that's trippy. Whoa. Oh, it's better from an angle. Whoa.
Yeah, the way it scales across. Parallaxing, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, no one really watches this stream, GK, because it's a lot of it is just 3D stuff and people think, oh, education, disgusting. I want my entertainment.
There's also a lot of us just concentrating on what we're doing, so...
Yeah, that's also true. So I didn't stream for viewers anyway. I was doing it to sort of help coordinate myself with Josh a little bit better so he can see and sort of give feedback.
It's so strange how underwater like plant life is so different from surface plant life, I guess.
Oh, that's
so weird.
It is weird, yeah. Ugh, mouse is acting up now. Stop it. Okay. Man, we've done a lot of work tonight.
Oh, was it? Oh, it's almost 12, yeah.
Yeah.
Good few hours. Goes quick when you're deep into it.
I guess that's better than saying having fun. I mean, I guess I'm having a little bit of fun. I mean, there must be a reason why I'm still doing it. If it's not for, like, stimulation.
Because when it's all done, you get that sense of
accomplishment. Exactly.
Satisfaction.
Is there anything else we could think of adding to this now? I could literally only guess one more, but what? Or would you say this is done?
Throw up the picture again.
Hang on. I've got one more thing I could probably add. Just like this side. Should probably rotate it a bit as well.
Yeah, a couple more of those. There's only 2 at the moment. Oh, there's a small one over there, I guess.
Yeah. Don't really think I've got anywhere rotating that, but... Oh yeah, maybe I did actually. Yeah. You gotta go? Okay. Well, thanks for coming along.
Nice going, yeah.
Yeah.
See you later. Have you been saving regularly? Yes.
Well, I saved once recently.
Recently, I should say. Yes.
You know, after my program froze for a second.
Alright, yeah, what have we got left? Did we do... What's that blue one? That's the tube one, isn't it? The front.
Yeah, we've done that one.
We've done that one.
Well, there are bigger tubes, I guess.
Yeah, we could just make that one bigger though, couldn't we?
Yeah. I don't know, it's hard to tell at this point. I think we're finished.
Yeah, what about those blue circular things?
Those blue circular things are essentially tubes. You can see this one here. It's just simply just another tube, I guess.
But facing outwards, maybe.
I am noticing, kind of like the sponges, there are ones that are basically sort of like morphed versions, but I'm not really seeing any space for them, unless you want to just make those alterations yourself.
But yeah, if I can
the thing is,
rotate
there's nothing stopping me from just taking the sponge I currently made and just plastering them together. Like you can scale them outward as well into different directions, and it's not going to change much.
No.
So I guess we are finished. Can't see much else that I need doing with this.
Yeah, there's not much empty space. Doesn't feel overly cluttered.
I think that would look good in your scene. Just, yeah, let's see if I can get the angle right. Yeah. Yes, I'd say this is good. Okay, so with that done, I'll go over it over the week, see what else needs touching up with it, but otherwise I guess I'll just browse through some royalty-free texture libraries and work on it some there.
Yeah.
Hang on. That smaller one. Just put a flower in it, makes it look more lively. I mean, it's just under 10k polys if it was all triangulated. Let me get rid of this, this reference. Let's see, so do you want me to make an export of this tank as well?
Shouldn't really need it, actually, if it's an exact replica.
It's an exact replica, but the top is solid and not so hollow, but... Oh, we can have a discussion later. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, excluding the tank... hang on.
Yeah, see how much it comes to. So I'm not quite sure what a good amount would be for something like this, because it's fairly weirdly shaped.
Yeah, it's about 9,500 polys.
See if I can find a...
Still ain't bad.
Think of a weird, big object in Killing Floor, and I'll look for it in the browser that you think would have a lot of polys.
A weird, big object?
That's in Killing Floor. I'm trying to find one.
I can't think of one. There's a lot, like most of the stuff in Killing Floor is pretty big.
Fortunately, you can't browse by poly count. Static mesh, let's have a look. What have we got? They're all fairly low, actually.
Yeah, well, you got to remember a lot of stuff goes on in this tank, and besides, you could probably sort something out like an LOD system.
There we go. The flask rack is 4,000 triangles by 5,000 verts. That's quite a lot.
Oh, so this is fairly minuscule.
About double that. Yeah, it's about double that.
So in comparison to a lot of scenes.
Yeah.
Well, this should be alright then.
It should be. I mean, it's only like a one-off thing. It's not like we're plastering these all over the place. You can get away with that.
Yeah.
Oh, here's one. There's a model of a Z, which is 12,000 triangles by 15,000 verts. That's one model. So.
Yeah, and I suppose considering how many spawn.
Yeah. We should be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be. Like I said, the tank is nothing, it's just boxes, but
yeah,
the contents inside is a bit different.
There's only so much you can do to optimize it, I guess. It's what you get when it's not flat right angles.
Well, at least we got that out of the way. All we've got to do now is texture it, and then get it into the game.
Make it look nice.
So next Monday... You busy?
Probably not.
Alright, we'll work on the submersive next.
Okay.
I'm gonna just group up all of this.
Figure out textures at some point in between, I guess.
Yeah.
I would recommend you download the editor and fiddle around with it. Because if you get the basic understanding of how textures work inside, we could, like, import straight away, basically.
Fair enough.
Good knowledge, because it's Unreal, so it works across all Unreal engines the same way, I think. So it'd be good to figure out.
Just naming everything before I finish up. End on a tidy note. I'm not gonna freeze the transformations because if you did want them all individually, you'd probably want them upright.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the best way. Save this all as one, and then we'll save them all individually as well, just in case I want to use them elsewhere.
Okay, so coral. Can you make the discs like the normal map it? Well, that was the original plan, is that we were just going to normal map it because there's a lot of... It's more than it just being a disc, but it's got this bumpy surface to it. And obviously, there's no harm in adding a little bit of depth to it still, so why not? As for the flowers, like, they're a bit... There's something as well, but again, trying to keep it as simple as we could make it.
Yeah. We're trying to model that in would be... I don't know how you'd do it. So many little bits.
I think that's as simplistic as it gets. You wouldn't model the whole thing, that would take way too many polys. I think people would just get the basic shape down and just assign the normal map to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is finished. Just gonna group up everything. Could have called them discs, but I called them plates so well.
Call them dishes. Fishy dishes.
Fishy dishes. It's quite catchy, that. Why doesn't an official call themselves that? Wow, how did I fuck up coral? There we go. Okay, that's that. Well, I'm glad I got that out of the way. Because I have never modelled an aquarium before, and for a first try, I am very satisfied with myself.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Just got to get the textures right. That's
Absolutely.
the big thing.
Well, the textures. I mean, there's nothing
I have
exactly.
no idea
there's nothing
how
specific
textures are.
about the texture.
You think? Okay.
Let me see if I can get something.
The art is on you, like I said, because I have no idea how
Give me a minute. So let's say that I want... Oh, jeez, there's a fucking Shutterstock one. Like this one. It doesn't matter about the colour because we could just retexture it. Let's just use that as an example, shall we? So, that's now on there. Let's take this one as an example. I don't need that preview anymore. Yep, spongy. I'm going to assign new material to it. It could just be Lambert, why not? I believe it was this one, file. Alright. Overall, that looks good, and this is where I sort of mentioned in Photoshop, where you would essentially go and make it all one thing. Can I see the... There it is.
Oh yeah, so it tiles, yeah.
Like from a distance, you couldn't tell.
The top half, yeah, the bottom bit's a bit strange, but I guess that's just the image itself, yeah.
essentially why I said earlier in regards to like photoshopping it is that what you would do is you take into Photoshop and you take an image of the placements of the UVs, and from there you would get copies of what it looked like around the edges of, say, this part, and you would stamp that, and then using that same stamp of the identified location of that image, you would then trace around the rim of the top of the UV shell. Yeah. So it all sort of blends into one.
If you apply this to, because they're all the same shape, aren't they? So if you apply this to one of them, could you then just apply it to all of them, I guess?
Yeah, hold on. Well, let me just move all the UVs back. And this is why I made the UVs first. Yeah. Before moving everything around, is that now that everything shares the same UV, let's just... And this is why I organized everything as well, because I can locate all of them in this group. Haha! So let's now assign a material that we've got, and look at that. Flawless. Give you some time to take a look at it.
Yeah, it's just catching up. And the stream froze, so let me refresh. Okay, yeah. Very snazzy.
Now, aren't you happy you chose me? Yeah. Or aren't you happy I asked, rather? You didn't choose me at all. I volunteered. So I can go through some of these files, mess around a bit, see what ones look good. Like this one looks. This one looks good.
Right. It's just the bottom part at the moment, because it's the way the image bends, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That green one.
Oh, did you see the green one? Whoops.
I mean, just the way it tiles, I think, would be.
Yeah. I'm just grabbing random ones now and just seeing how it looks.
Hmm.
And I can go into Photoshop and just alter the hue of it. Like I can make it green. Like the color doesn't matter. What matters is the pattern.
Hmm.
Obviously, that wasn't as good of a resolution, but
it's like brains.
Appropriate. This one as well. Let's get the green one, since you were quite curious of the green one. Now, what would look good with this green one? I wonder. Just having a think. Let's apply this one to the disc, shall we?
Yeah, because it was sort of flowery. He's sort of a bit strange.
Yeah, so we're gonna assign a new material. Lambert file. We're gonna put that on. Okay, so this is where we need to make some adjustments, because file is too small. Let me just assign this together.
Oh yeah, that's huge.
It's a bit too huge, but it was a small image, so it makes sense. If we were to make it larger, even more so. Screw it, why not? It's just an example, like this is not how we're going to do it, but...
That UV looks like a smiley face.
So again, it's just a matter from a distance. But that's not very good texture, we'll probably use a better one later. It's also how it's rendered as well.
We need a good one, a good normal map for those discs, yeah.
Either way, I reckon that's a good place to end. So we'll discuss the textures later.
Yep.
Let me just see what was the earlier version, because I don't want to save all these textures. Oh wait, no, I don't have to, I can delete them. Outliner. I believe this is how you do it. Delete. Hey. But no, it doesn't like what we've done, but that's fine. We'll just give it back its old texture. Problem solved. Sort of. Hang on. Just going to hypershade a sec. Because the textures are still here. Okay, now we're done. Everything is back to how it should be. Save. Continue. Ah, good stuff, Josh. I'll see you over this week, and we'll have a discussion about it.
Yep. I'll sign in at some point.
Awesome. As for everyone that turned up to watch, thank you for watching.
Yes. Been productive.
Yeah, that's a first. Maybe I'll make a video. Maybe. Alright, end of the stream. Thanks again.
Alright.